Race number 5 at Belmont Park. It's a Devil's Lair handicap over 1,400 metres. A 78 plus event is this, and another very competitive affair, probably one of the highlight features on the card. Replay horse we'll have a look at will go all the way back to the 17th of June to see Mickey Two Toes running third behind Scales of Justice.
To work on him now, and he led two. Mickey Two Toes, Battle Hero down on the rail. Then Disposition a length and a half away, being followed by Lightning in My Veins. Arance runs on, but Scales of Justice now drops a gear. He drops 2 gears, he pulls away. He's 3 in front now with 100 left to go. From on the outside, Arance running on, but it's all Scales of Justice and the Group 1 Railway winner back in the Hyperion.
Such a game effort there by Mickey Two Toes. Of course, Wait for Age Company against probably WA's best horse, beaten only 3.75 lengths. Very game effort. He's been freshened up since then. Comes back an 8-year-old now, but Ann King having a lot of success at the moment. Alan Kennedy riding a few winners too. With the freshen up, I think over 1,400 metres, he's obviously got the class. 59 kilos is somewhat of a concern, but he can certainly run a good race here. Flying time on the 1 week backup. This galloper was caught wide last week in the HG Bolton sprint over 1,200 metres when second behind Prophet Street. I thought it was a very game effort. Only query for mine with this galloper, he's got the class and he obviously handles the softer conditions, but he's never won beyond 1,300 metres, so that will be a test for him here on the quick backup. But he's obviously going well for Lindsay Smith to send him around here. Falcon Crest first up. He usually does go well first up. Has won twice from 5 attempts, and this galloper's record over the track and distance at Belmont is 1 from 1, so he must be included with William Pike on board for Grant and Alana Williams. Settlers Creek returns, of course, had 19 starts last preparation, and his worst finish was 5th, and that was on 4 occasions. What an iron horse he was. He returns here and can see him running well first up. He went against some handy horses last preparation. His last start effort was on the 22nd of April, only beaten by variation 2 lengths, so he's certainly in the mix as well. Another competitive race, but I'm going with number 2, Falcon Crest here. First up, William Pike, Grant and Alana Williams. From the 1, Mickey Two Toes. Hard to ignore those Wait for Age form lines. Number 5, Just Magical, with a bit of luck can run a better race up in class. And number 7, War God. Race number 6 is the Amelia Park Beef Handicap over 1,600 metres. It's a 72 plus event, and our replay horse was successful first up for new trainer Martin Allen. We speak of Astronomite.
Work on him now, and he led two. Mickey Two Toes, Battle Hero down on the rail. Then Disposition a length and a half away, being followed by Lightning in My Veins. Arance runs on, but Scales of Justice now drops a gear. He drops 2 gears, he pulls away. He's 3 in front now with 100 left to go. From on the outside, Arance running on, but it's all Scales of Justice and the Group 1 Railway winner back in the Hyperion.
Yeah, lovely ride there by Jared Noski, just creeping up along the inside, getting the run at the right time and getting off heels and winning quite effortlessly. Goes up 2.5 kilos here, so carrying the 59 kilos will test this galloper. He meets the likes of Woodsville and Thunderclap Newman, which he met last start. A little bit worse at the weights, and also Charlestown was in that race. He'll take the next step here and carry that weight. Over 1,600 metres looks to be his ideal trip, but we'll be interested to see how he's pulled up from that win with Martin Allen. Jumps from barrier 3 there. Thunderclap Newman, another one who likes the soft conditions, probably isn't putting in. Speaking to Sean O'Donnell after recent 2 starts, his preparation just maybe doesn't want to be a racehorse anymore, but we'll find out on Saturday. Frieresque in excellent form. The last time this galloper backed up over 7 days, he won. That was 2 starts ago in 66 plus grade. He's a galloper with a fair bit of ability and a bit of upside. Carries only the 55.5 kilos here. He can certainly go well. And Showy Chloe, this galloper, also on the 7-day backup. We saw it in the heavy conditions last week. Ran on very strongly, just probably peaked on her run at about the 100 metre mark, but was still good to the line for third. And we have to mention, of course, Grand Lorado has had a little freshen up back to this 1,600 metre event. Pulled pretty hard last start and needed a bit to go its way after pulling its way outside of the leader, but it can improve here, and for Brett Pope and Jason Whiting's sake, hopefully he can. But I've gone with number 5, Showy Chloe here on the 7-day backup. Gets another chance for me from the 7, Frieresque, number 1, Astronomite, and the 4, Grand Lorado. Race number 7 at Belmont Park. It is the 2017 Ascot Racing Carnival Book Now Handicap over 1,200 metres, a 72 plus event, and it was a very impressive performance coming out of the 1,000 metre Bowfine Stakes, and Of course, we speak of Lockroy.
Chand Agachar Cruz, Woolaba, Hobart Jones, Dendy dropping out last at the 300. It's set the leader a length and a half. Over on the outside, Lockroy runs on. Pretentious Chant first among equals. Under pressure down towards the inside. Agachar Cruz threading its way through. It's hit the leader. Now first among equals starts to dig in. It's hit holding on, however, and It's Hit has
hit the line better than a lot of form experts would have expected, did Lockroy. Of course, superbly bred. He's out of that Golden Slipper winner pole of success and by more than ready. Out to 1,200 metres, should suit this galloper. He has won twice over the trip. Barrier 1 only goes up 1 kilo from what he carried in the Bovine, so he looks to be well in this race at the bottom of the weights. He's running on strongly, beaten only 0.75 lengths by It's It on that occasion. Those are the right form lines. We saw It's It come out and run a nice third in the Bolton, so that form certainly has stood up. Hobart Jones was also in that replay, of course, the former Karrakatta Plate winner. His galloper returned well after a long layoff and hit the line well for 6th on that occasion, beaten only 3.5 lengths. Again, out to 1,200 metres for this galloper will be ideal and gets Randy Tan's claim. Universal Law, of course, the 3/4 relation to delicacy. This galloper always goes well fresh and seems to have an affinity with the Belmont Park track. Tongue tie goes on this galloper. I'm expecting a very, very good performance now in the hands of Adam Durant. William Pipe rides. Look, My Greek Boys in there will be leading for a long way. Classical Prince, the last start winner, over 1,400 metres, back to 1,200 metres. Bit of cut out of the ground will suit him nicely too. And Recalled, of course, the last start winner, but in a race full of many chances, once again, an even betting race. I've gone number 10, Lockroy, the replay horse, ahead of number 6, Universal Law, number 5, My Greek Boy, and 2, Just Act Natural. The lucky last of the day at Belmont Park, race number 8. It is the Crown Towers Handicap, over 2,000 metres, a 66 plus event. A replay horse ran second last start behind a very smart galloper in Danehill's Daughter. We speak of the American-bred Schooner.
The track around Gangbuster, Verdello Blue headed for home. At the 300 he led Schooner, who's starting to run on well. It's Schooner coming up on the outside of Verdello Blue. Jatumi's into the clear. It's Schooner though with 150 to go, booting away Danehill's Daughter. She's coming with a mighty run down the outside though. It's Schooner in front. Danehill's Daughter keeps coming. She keeps coming quickly. She'll get there, I think, Danehill.
This galloper has been given a couple of the better rides from Brad Parnham, not only last start but 2 starts ago as well, both from barrier 10, and both found a lovely spot in running to give the galloper every possible chance. We see there just a run down by Danehill's Daughter, who's in a rich vein of form at the moment. Any form around her is worth following, but Schooner, barrier 10 once again. I think Brad Parnham can weave his magic and expect this galloper to be in the finish. We saw Jatumi flashing home late in that replay as well along the inside. Lucy Warwick just got balked at the 400 metre mark before sprinting a bit better along the inside. If it got clearer running and a bit more momentum, it certainly would have featured a lot closer, I think. It's one worth following. It's been the follow horse for this preparation ever since, running a few really nice races, first and second up. Luke's Gold last start was a bit fractious at the barriers, so did have excuses. Still rattled home late to finish third behind Astronomite on that occasion. Barrier 11 with the apprentice on, Fred W. Kersley. I dare say be saved up for one last crack at them as well. Racing in good form, of course. Did have that month off before last start with a stone bruise on one of its feet, so probably have improved again coming into this. But Verdello Blue, now 11 years old, he's been in great form as well. 5th last start, second 2 starts ago behind Jatumi. Blackwood as well, first up was good, and second up record reads very well. 4 starts for 2 wins and a second. Again, another race with plenty of chances and a hard way to finish it off. I'm going with number 4 though, Jatumi. He goes on top for me, the son of Reset. From the 5, Kerala Beck, number 14, Schooner, and the 2, Verdello Blue. Now time for the best bets of the card, and for myself, I'm going with race 6, number 5, Showy Chloe. She can bounce back to form here, and race 7, number 10, Lockroy, has that excellent listed form out of the Bovine Stakes. Don't forget to check us out on perthracing.com.au for all of the upcoming events, and check us out on social media. At Perth Racing is the handle for most of those. It is Jockeys Trust Celebration Day, so be sure if you do have a win on the punt, get on the Jockeys Trust website and throw a few bucks their way. It is a great cause, helping out all those injured jockeys. And also, best of luck if you are having a punt. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on The Box Seat.